Okay, everybody, it's your good friend Lukie, and I am back with a new golf vlog. This is a different one. I was rushed for time, so I just played 9 holes at a Fresno golf course that I really like called Airways Golf Club. Before we get into this, I want to say I highly recommend this golf course for a few different types of people. For someone that's passing through Fresno, this is a great option, especially during the twilight hour, because the vibe at this golf club is amazing. And the greens and conditions are pretty darn stellar for the price point. It's about, if you play late, $10, $20. I think it could get anywhere up to $50 or $60 on the weekend in a premium. But check their website. It'll be included in this. But I think it's a very fair price, especially if you play at the twilight rate. I like this golf course also if you have a young child or a high school golfer who is very passionate about the game of golf. Maybe you're a parent and you're not as passionate about the game of golf. This is a great course to bond with a loved one at. This is a course that's very accessible. I'd say that if there's one course that it reminds me of, Coeur d'Alene. And people go, well, there's no island hole or there's no spectacular holes like that. But the inland holes that aren't the spectacular holes, the muni holes, so to speak, at Coeur d'Alene, the 17s, the 18s, the first hole, those holes, those are the holes that Airways are kind of constructed around. The 17th hole at Airways feels like the 17th hole at Coeur d'Alene. And I think that there's something that's very beautiful about a Airways golf course. It's a great design that was built in a time prior when no one could believe golf balls and golf equipment could make a golf ball go so far, struggling to say things. And now in the modern era, with us hitting the golf ball so far, yeah, maybe part of the challenge doesn't exist in the same way. But maybe we also don't need to go to Airways and play it like we're going to try to one day play on the PGA Tour, which we probably aren't. Airways is an institution. It's a great quality golf course that I think many great players grew up playing or have come through and played. It's a great option for a connoisseur or a golf lover in the Fresno area. And I'm really, really happy that I got to play it because I haven't played that many muni courses with as firm conditions as Airways. And I think that's a big talking point to Airways. Is by firm, I mean the fairways are firm and the greens are not quite as firm, but almost at the same tier as the gold standard of firm greens, which is Old McDonald at Bandon Dunes. Price point is awesome. I'd say take between 5 to 10 golf balls. You can definitely lose them, but the cool thing about this golf course is there's not a lot of hazards. You'd have to hit them into a street to lose them, so it's fairly wide open. Hit a golf ball. If you want to walk, you just walk and find it. If you want to take a golf cart, hit a golf ball and take the cart and go find it. I think this is a golf course that's fun for everybody. Unless you want to just hit the ball really far and the course is too short for you. But I think even that player could find enjoyment at this course if they brought their game to this course and restructured it in a way of trying to hit the fairways, which is a thing I didn't touch on as well. The fairways are about as narrow as any golf course I've ever played. And I think that's what makes this golf course so much fun for me, is the greens are tricky, the fairways are narrow, and the course is short. So even though there's a challenge, my length can give me an advantage. So it all kind of works out, and it gives me a great golf experience. Let's check out the back 9 at Airways. And if you enjoy this vlog or you go to play Airways, do me a favor and let them know that you saw the golf course on Lukie at the links. It would be a big help for me. Airways course vlog. This is the 10th hole. I only played the back 9, so you're going to only see the back 9. Hopefully I go back and play it again. The fairways here are very narrow, the holes are very short, and the greens are very firm. So that's an overarching theme. The 10th hole, it's a position hole. Can you hit the fairway? If you don't, you're going to have a tough approach. I didn't, but I didn't go that far off of the beaten path. Little bit of a course where you do want a little bit of course knowledge. So if you're watching this, be sure to take heed. Missed a little. I kind of hit it straight. You wanted to hit a cut, and then that blocked me out. So I had to hit a low runner into this green. Misjudged it. It's a hard shot to just kind of feel if you don't play golf for a living. Hit a chip shot. I thought that was going to be a really, really good shot, and that's where I was introduced to how firm these greens are, because that rolled about 10 to 15 feet by, which kind of shocked me because it didn't feel like that should have merited that result. And then the greens didn't roll as fast as I suspected. The 11th hole is 175-yard par 3. There's a bunker on your right-hand side, and local lore says that if a plane flies by, you can actually get a boost to get the ball to the hole. So this is kind of like one of those urban legend holes. This is probably one of my worst short game performances in some time. I had this little bump and run I was trying to play. I might have misread the way that broke, but even then, the greens are very hard, and when they take a hard bounce, it's hard to get them to stop. Once again, I was on the upslope, and I had trouble stopping the ball again, and then I two-putted to make a double bogey from the front of the green, which is not very stellar golf play. The 12th hole is a very drivable par 4. I remember waiting for a very, very long time to be able to play this hole. And this is a hole where I'd advise if you go to play this course, maybe drive when the people are on the green or just right by the green, because this hole could very much slow up other people's enjoyment of the golf course. You can miss better to the left than you can to the right. They just run into parallel golf holes, kind of like a standard of all municipal golf courses. I came up about maybe 20 yards short. There's a mound, and the cool thing about this golf course is there's a lot of creative hole positions, and they have a lot of unique pins where they're located on the greens. So I actually just misjudged that, and I was unable to get that close, and then I misread that putt, so I had to settle for a par with a good drive. Now this is 13. Coming back, that's 14. 13 is the same hole as 12. 14 is about 360. Can't miss right, and there's a big old bunker guarding the green. It was extremely slow, so I skipped those holes. Sorry, everybody. If you want to see me play it, be sure to tag me, let me know, and also tell the golf course you saw this. Next hole, short par 3, just kind of caught it a little thin, tried to muscle something there, didn't do it. Best chip of the day. I felt like I really had good tempo on that chip, struggled to say words, and that ran out hole high, made par. Good feeling after having that terrible par 3 prior. This hole reminds me of kind of like your standard Muni par 5 that we love getting. Trees everywhere, you can miss out right. There's a road running down the road on your right hand side if you really miss it, so there's a danger factor, and it is very gettable in 2 if you put it in the fairway, because I was trying to get on in 2 with like a 6 iron, I think, 5 iron, something like that. I was definitely under 200 yards on a par 5, which definitely means it is a gettable par 5. Not a great lie, not a great result. And then just working on different types of wedge shots, flighting the ball into the hole, hit the ball fairly well into that hole, and then had to settle for par because, once again, I misread the greens. So basically the greens did the opposite of whatever I thought they'd do. 17th hole reminds me of the 17th hole at Coeur d'Alene. It's 250-yard par 4. I took a 3-wood and I basically drove it on the green. I played a little right because there's a tree that guards the hole, especially on this day. And then I almost chipped in for eagle, which is a really satisfying feeling because it just feels great, you know. It's really good to almost make a great shot, so that feels good. So there's a bunker near the hole. That's kind of some of the concepts you can see. 18 tee shot didn't get filmed. Sorry, bros. I hit this sand wedge. If you look over to your right, the parking lot is there. If you choose to park in that area, be aware that someone could slice on 18 and hit your car. I doubt it would happen. This chip was money. And I think I really started to come into my own on these greens on this hole to figure out the pacing. And then I made this par putt. Thank you for watching this vlog. I appreciate anyone who contributes or subscribes. or even likes a video. This is a passion project, and I'm just trying to do the best I can.